Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. Gentlemen, aspiring gentlemen, and of course, our partners that hold us down. I'm Ronn Grant. Welcome to Season 5 of The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. Yes, I said Season 5. Thank you so much for sticking with us on this amazing journey. A show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Now don't worry, it doesn't always involve suits, bow ties, but instead raw, real-life lessons that truly translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. Again, thank you all for taking this amazing journey with me. Beginning our season, the one and only D'Moi Hodge, who hails from the Bay, King Garden Bay, Tortola that is, he has quickly become a household name with his impressive drive, diligence, and diversity as a basketball player. D'Moi attained commendable stats, being named the 2022 Horizon Defensive Player of the Year, selected for the 2021-2022 All-Horizon First Team selection while he was at Cleveland State, and leading the SEC in steals per game and three-point percentage in 2022-2023. Hodge also broke a 30-year-old Missouri Tigers single-season steals record in his final year, surpassing the previous mark of 76 set by Lynn Hardy in 1986-1987. He ended the season with a record high of 91 steals. Hodge's season also included 56 assists at an average of 47.7 points per game. He also converted 40% from the three-point range for the Lakers in this year's NBA Summer League. D'Moi had a number, and I mean a number of outstanding performances: 16 against the Charlotte Hornets, 22 against the Boston Celtics, and a joint game-high 23 points against the LA Clippers. He is the very first Virgin Islander from Tortola to go to the NBA. Disciplined and dedicated to his craft, D'Moi is devoted to bettering himself. He's a son of the soil who has cemented his name in history, taken the Virgin Islands along with him. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me to kick off this amazing season is the very talented, the one and only D'Moi Hodge, a true 21st century distinguished gentleman. We talk basketball and the business and the beauty of the Bay, a village that raised him. It's a conversation you don't want to miss. Let's go. Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. 284 Media proudly presents The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman with yours truly, Ronn Grant, a show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Don't worry, it's not all about suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, Season 5, a 284 Media production.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business, we're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As promised, I am joined by the one and only D'Moi Hodge, and you are watching The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. D'Moi, welcome to our studios. Welcome back home, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Cheers. So, you've been home, of course, this year, spending some, what I would call quality time, but most importantly, giving back.
Yeah.
Before we get into all that you've been able to accomplish, not only in your young life, but also now passing it on to the next generation by giving back in the form of camps and mentoring. Tell us about your introduction to sports?
Well, as you know, in King Garden Bay,
Mm-hmm.
the basketball court was in my backyard, so basketball was always there for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had it right there, but I never truly wanted to do basketball.
Okay.
So growing up, all my friends up in King Garden Bay, we all go on the basketball court. We did everything but play basketball out there. We did soccer, we did volleyball, we did dodgeball. You know, so growing up, it was just having a basketball court. But my cousin and my uncle, they played basketball for the local leagues for the national team. So I always watched them on, and having a basketball in my backyard, like we used to go there and just play it. Like it was just get some shots up, the 3-on-3, 2-on-2. But it was never the serious I wanted to do in my life. And I played with my grandma, Genevieve Myers. She put me in my first basketball league at 12 years old with
Okay.
all the King Army boys. She built a team with all of us, and we put us in our first league. And I was one of the best players, so I made it to the national team, and that's where it all started. It all started on just being on the basketball court with my friends and my grandma putting us in the league just to keep us out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And it just went from there, and it was just all uphill. And just never looked back after that.
Wonderful. Speaking of never looking back, when it comes to the sport of basketball, what would you say, or how would you describe your journey so far?
I'll say all the ups and downs. I mean, there's long path.
Mm-hmm.
I think my journey was one of the longest journeys out there. I mean, I had to go to prep school, to junior college, to mid-major, to high major. So I feel like just my path was just longer, but they say everybody path different. I think run your own route. That's a new
Absolutely.
that's a new slogan, right? So, but I would say my journey has been long, but it's been entertaining. It's been ups and downs. But you got to learn through the journey. You won't make it anywhere in life. You didn't go through the long path you go through. So, my path was long, but I really enjoyed the whole process.
Can you speak to some of the challenges that you might have experienced so far?
I mean, I just sort of kind of challenges in the basketball world is basically being like, one of them could be, you one of the better players, but you just haven't had that opportunity yet. So he's like, you playing, you better than everybody else, but they've been there for longer than you, so they're playing over you. So you got to learn how to understand that it's not about skill, sometimes it's about who you know, the process and stuff like that. So some of the challenges could be you're supposed to belong on this pedestal. You know you're supposed to be on the top of the pedestal, but you just gotta earn your ranks there. You gotta earn your way. You just can't come in and be like, oh, I'm better than everybody. So me being from back to taller, I was on the top. So when I got up there, it was just like I'm a nobody.
Okay.
So I have to understand that I'm not back home. I'm not the best on the island. I'm not D'Moi Hodge on the island. I'm a regular person. I got to earn my stripes. I got to work every day. I got to get better to put my name out there. And that was one of the challenges at first when I first got up there, thinking I'm the man, and then you realizing like you're not nobody. And I have to adjust and realize that I got to work my way and I got to make a name for myself. Not challenges I had during my process was just being homesick. I mean, being away from family, friends, loved ones for so long it's draining. I mean, you see everybody had their family with them and got teammates and their family going to games and your family can't make it. That's something I had to really learn to process and deal with. But I want to thank my teammates and my coaches for bringing, opening me with open arms and taking care of me. So it didn't feel as bad as it was at the beginning, but that's another challenge I had.
While you've been trusting the process, while you've been going through and navigating the various challenges of not only personal life but professional life, is there anything that you learned about yourself that you didn't know before?
I learned that I'm very patient. Like, I know I was humble. Everybody say I'm humble, and everybody say
you are.
So he's nice, and that's true. But I learned that I'm very patient with all the things I don't need to be patient with. But as I say, the process when you learn to take your time with everything, and you have to go through that long process, is you just feel like nothing have to be rushed. So with me, I just went through that. I went through all this to get where I need to be. Is feel like I just need to be patient because I've been through the long process. I've did it all. So why am I rushing myself now? So I just feel like me being patient, one of the things I learned about myself going through this long process.
Understood. You mentioned about having to prove yourself essentially and climbing up the ranks. A lot of young professionals, doesn't have to be athletics, but in various industries across the BVI, sometimes don't want to trust the process, and we have developed this theme because of how we see things portrayed, that it just happens. But we all know that that's not the case. Having been in the BVI this summer, having observed, interacted with a lot of persons who look up to you, what would you say to the next generation of greatness as it pertains to developing their craft? What encouragement would you give?
Uh, I'll say just be yourself. I mean, everybody path different. Like some people gonna make it in 2 tries, some people gonna make it in 5 tries. You know what I'm saying? So you can't watch somebody else and be like, I want to follow their path. You know what I'm saying? So that's the biggest thing down here. Just some people gonna develop faster. I was one of the late bloomers in basketball in the BVI.
Okay.
Like I made it to the NBA, but there was players that was here that was the same, but they grew faster than me. They was better than me at the younger ages. But you just gotta, I said, take your time, run your path, and you're gonna develop. Like God have a plan for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So with me, my cousins always tell me, time longer than twine. Like that was the favorite line with him. Like time longer than twine. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? So I have to understand that some people have a sprint, some people have a marathon. I had a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So down here, I watch the athletes. I go to the gym. I see the people work. I look at them track sometimes. You see some people faster than some people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that don't mean you're not gonna beat them in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So just run your race and you keep working. And I always tell people, like, my coach always tell me at Cleveland State, Coach Dennis Gates, he always tell us stack pennies. That was his favorite line, stack pennies. He'd be like, people walk on the street, they walk past a penny. He'd be like, you stack enough pennies, you're gonna eventually get $1. So he's always telling us stack pennies, get 1% better every day. And eventually when you get there to that last route, you're gonna see, oh, okay, no, I have a whole $1. No, I'm all in one, and now I'm the man. So that was just me stacking pennies every day and make it to the NBA. Eventually I got to the end point and I got my goal. But just stack pennies, get 1% better every day, and run your race. You're gonna see the results when they need to be seen. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen right away, but when God has a plan for you to make that shout, it's gonna be right there for you. So
Was there any point throughout your journey that you were like, you know what, I ain't doing this no more. I don't think it's gonna happen. I sick and tired of trying. I sick and tired of pushing and not getting the results, not being recognized. Was there ever a moment that you perhaps thought that you wouldn't achieve the goal?
definitely. I mean, there's a lot of times when you, especially in the gym, when you're working out and things not going your way, you be like, man, I don't know. And my cousin, I remember one day my cousin, I was with my cousin that trainer. He was like, "What you want to do with basketball? Like, what's your goal? Like, what you want to do?" And I was like, "Play overseas." And my trainer stopped working me out. He was like this was the day he was like, "If you want to go play overseas, you could go right now. Like, you good enough to play overseas right now." You know what I'm saying? That's just the mentality I had. And basketball is 90% mental. My mental was not where it needed to be at a younger age. So now I got my mental higher, mentally tough, all that. But I had my mindset for overseas. Like I was never like, I want to go to the NBA. I'm going to make it to the NBA. And my trainer and cousins, they had to instill that in me. And going through the process of the NBA is not an easy process. So, it's when you get to them days when you're not making shots and you got a bad game, it's like, do I think I can play in the NBA? Like you play like this in college, like you definitely can't play in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely had them challenges, but that's it. Like you have a bad game. I was looking through, you have a bad game, you go wake up, it's a whole new day. You can't bring back the past. So that's how I dealt with my challenges with basketball and the NBA and mental. Like I go to sleep, wake up, it's a new day. I got to be better today. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get better today. So
Understood. You mentioned about mentors. Locally, who were some of the people that you would say played a role in your love and development for sports?
I'll say my family, House of Shiverton, JR. He was one of the biggest contributors in my sports life and my life as a whole. Uncle Saf, Doron, all the King Anime Mega Mix players. Obviously Jason Edwin, Kennedy Bass, just playing the local league, looking up to them. Coach Bash Bruley, Gullah, Gertrude. They all put time into me as a young basketball player that got me to where I need to be mentally, physically. Even the smallest little tips I cherish because I feel like everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like every little advice you get it might be for a reason, and you might not see it at the time, but eventually you're gonna need that little advice. So I really appreciate all the mentors. It's not even just them people I call, but even the whole Bridgewater now. Like I walk on the street right now and somebody shake my hand and they got advice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the testament to who I am and who the people are in the BVI. They are good people. They want to see everybody win. And I just cherish all of those. I can't name everybody, but
Yeah, of course.
You got to cherish every, you know what I'm saying, advice I get. So
what would you say has been the best piece of advice? If you could choose one, what's the best piece of advice you've gotten so far?
Best piece of advice. I mean, just I got all that advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much advice I got.
Understood.
Like, so, but honestly, some advice I always get is like, just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be somebody you're not. Just play your game, do what you do, and don't try to change your game to impress anybody else. Do what got you there.
All right. So we keep hearing the phrase "ball is life." All right. Outside of ball, what do you do?
Outside of basketball, I was trying to hang with my friends. I trying to cherish my little moments. I'm a big nature person. So like I like going out in America, I'll go outside. There ain't much nature out there, you know.
Right.
Like I don't go outside. Like I'll walk places. Like in college I used to just walk for food. Just little stuff like that just to be outside. Once it's sunny, if it's cold, I'm staying inside. I'm gonna play my game, watch YouTube, watch Netflix. I'm a big Netflix binge watcher, so I watch a lot of Netflix. But I like to be outside most of the time.
Okay. You have spent quite some time in the BVI for Festival and Emancipation. I think by far it was, I'm sure it would have been it is a good experience for you, but I think as a country, the community really appreciated being able to interact with you. What are you most proud of when you tell people that you're from the Virgin Islands? What are you most proud of when you think of being a BVI lander?
The free mind.
I
talked to my little brother about this some days ago. Like the one thing I like about the BVI, like is like we just have fun. Like they just enjoy the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of the biggest things I see as a person that's out looking like outside watching in. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from here, but I've been away so long. I watch around. I've observed people, and I feel like we just enjoy the moment. Like you're not like, oh, we got tomorrow.
Yeah.
I feel like they enjoy the moment we're in right now, and that's something that is important to a lot of people. They don't understand. Like you can't plan to have fun next week. You know, it's not promised. And I feel like down here is like, and I learned a lot from it because even in the States, so like I had a head coach. He used to make us do a lot of random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like he would make us go to like golfing and golf matches and just to show our faces to give back. And when we go, I'll find myself making fun out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I never understand why I used to, like, I just naturally do that, like just having fun in the moment. Even though I don't want to be there, I just have fun with it. And coming home and being a part of the BVI, I see where I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I just see everybody move and they just enjoy the moment. They have fun. It's like, they go out and it's just like, I don't care who's watching me. I'm going to enjoy myself. Because, I mean, we have one life to live.
One life to live.
And that's something I really cherish from the BVI. I really appreciate that from the BVI. Like just enjoying that moment, enjoying where you are, your feet are at that moment.
Good. I have some fun questions for you. What is your favorite Virgin Islands cuisine? Favorite Virgin Islands food to eat?
Oxtails.
Nice. Do you have a favorite Virgin Islands drink? It could be alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
Alcoholic. I like smooth. I be drinking Malibu.
Malibu.
Smooth,
Okay.
Malibu, cranberry Malibu, and pineapple juice. That's a smooth drink.
I think I know the answer to this, but do you have a favorite beach? Tortola Beach.
King Garden Beach. King Garden Beach. Gotta go home.
Wonderful. What is the characteristic? If you could choose one characteristic that you value most in people, what is it?
Wholesome.
Like wholesome people.
Yes.
All right.
Trustworthy. Wholesome. That's genuine.
All right. If you could take someone from Virgin Islands history, whether personally or professionally, the person has died, they're no longer with us. If you could take someone to lunch or dinner, who would that be?
Ooh. It's lefty style.
Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. Good choice. D'Moi, you are by far wise beyond your years. It would be an understatement to say that we're not extremely proud of you here in the Virgin Islands. And I love your authenticity in saying that it wasn't an easy journey, because persons sometimes like to look at the end result of success and
Yeah.
think that it just happens. Clearly, you've articulated that it didn't just happen overnight.
Facts.
We continue to wish you the best. You are by far one of the best and brightest of our generation. You are indeed a distinguished gentleman. We've had the opportunity to interact with you during the festival, and we see that in the way you carry yourself. On behalf of my team here at 284 Media and, of course, the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, we wish you much success on your journey. God's speed. Continue to be who you are, like you said, and we look forward to some amazing things.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Cheers again. Viewers, as mentioned, we are in season 5, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity to start this remarkable season with the one and only D'Moi Hodge. It's kind of hard to believe that we're already in season 5, but I want to take this opportunity to thank the general public, both in Tortola and across the region, for supporting the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman. It is our aim to continue to support and present to you the very best and brightest of our generation. Today, I was honored to sit down with the one and only D'Moi Hodge. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Brilliant Hands and Minds Tutoring Services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.